Hello, everybody, and welcome to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and today I want to talk to you about something that is not book related, but education related, and that is the making of a lesson plan. It may surprise you to know that making a lesson plan is actually a lot like setting up your own novel or short story. You need to know what you're expecting to take care of during that chapter, that scene, or that day in class. And you need to have the basic outline. So the lesson plan is your outline for your chapter or your class. Now, this is the type of lesson plan that my predecessor at my new school left. This is one of the blank ones. It only lists P4. He does have one for pre-K through 1, but for some reason there was only one of those used. It kind of looks like he just changed the tops. That's going to change for me. I'm going to have a different setup for each class hour because they have different standards. He used the national standards, which are all basically the same for the early elementary up through about 5th grade. But Oklahoma, where I teach, has just finished revamping their music standards and have a more layered effect for them. So I am going to have different lesson plan setups for each group. That being said, I really like how this is. So let me show you this. And this is something I would actually use as an outline for a novel, like I said. So it's very, very similar. First, you have your focus area over here. And so that talks about, are we singing? Are we doing pitch activities, looking at notes, drumming? What are we doing? Excuse me. So it lists singing, pitch matching, tone, harmony, moving, instruments, rhythm, reading, composition, form, dictation, listening, or writing. Now, if this were a character bio sheet, you could leave those and, what does your character focus on? If they are musical, do they sing? Do they do instruments? Whatever. If you are writing a novel, then this might be, what are we focusing on? Is this the villain? Is this the hero? What is the thing that we are focusing on for this chapter or this scene? But the focus area is very important in both. Next, he has listed the national music standards. Those will be changing to the standards listed for the state. However, they do have some similarities. So let me go over those with you very, very quickly. So those are singing alone and with others, a varied repertoire of music. So not just Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, doing various things. And that could be seen as your character and its interactions with the other characters, with other people or animals or things in its life, or also your sentence structure could, needs to be varied and not just very simple and the same all the time. It can be either one of those. The next standard is performing on instruments alone and with others, a varied repertoire of music. So same thing. Then we have improvising melodies, variations, and accompaniments. So this can be twists in your storyline, your plot line. This can be your character kind of going off of his main goal or acting out differently. Um, so not using just the same tropes, not doing everything like we expect you to do, but throwing some twists in there for us, both with your character and in your plot line. Then we have composing and arranging music within specific guidelines. So sticking within the typical guidelines in writing your story or something that your character is attempting to do within guidelines. Reading and notating music, using music in your storyline, or your character is doing whatever it is they do, their job or their class, and using that. Listening to, analyzing, and describing music. Are you reading and analyzing and describing things within your own book? Are you sharing that with us? Evaluating music and musical performances. So evaluating your own characters. Understanding relationships between music, the other arts, and disciplines outside the arts. So does your character focus on one thing, or are they understanding the connection between things? And are you, as the author, able to understand the connection between your character and their story and everything that's going on both around them and in your own life. And finally, understanding music in relation to history and culture. Does your book include history and culture? Is there something in your book or with your character that connects to history or that shows their culture? So you see, lesson planning and novel planning are very, very similar. Then we also have boxes for objectives. So what do you want to do with this lesson? What do you want to do with this chapter or this scene? The themes and songs that they're doing. So what are the themes in your story or in this chapter, this scene? What is it that you are putting across? And is there anything that has inspired it? That could be part of it. And then review, present. So look over it, revise, have somebody else look at it. What is your assessment of it? And do you need any extra materials? What level are you writing for? What kind of vocabulary are you using? Is your vocabulary correct for what you're writing? Are we using the right kind of vocabulary? Do the kids need to learn new vocabulary in the lesson? Do you need to change up your vocabulary in the book? And then that's Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. Those are the three different pieces of your lesson. I don't particularly like the acts for lesson planning, but I do like them for chapters or scenes in a book, and it wants transitions in between. So what happens first, next, finally, what transitions between them. So as you can see, writing a lesson plan and writing a story or a novel are in fact very similar. I hope this has enlightened those of you that don't teach. And if you are a teacher and you're watching this, I hope that you appreciated what I did here. If you have any comments, if you've noticed any similarities between other things that you do as a teacher or whatever it is that you do for a real life job and writing, then please leave me comments down below. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Bye.